Hey, this is David of Inspect Canada. Contrary to popular belief, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Inspect Canada is not perfect. When we do our home inspection, sometimes we do miss something. Like on this house here, we got short overhangs. We got new windows on this older home. None of the window had flashing on them. I look all the way around. Everything seems nice and solid, but something that I miss right here is that it's all fully deteriorated and water has made it on the other side and deteriorated the drywall. It's something I missed during my inspection. When they pulled the blinds, they noticed that the drywall was deteriorated, and here we are. I could be like every other inspectors out there and say, well, I mean, this window was way high up, there was some blinds, I couldn't see it, I could look for a million excuses, or I can take responsibility and get it done. So I'm here today. I'm gonna take this window right out, replace the wood, put it back in there, fix the drywall inside, repaint the whole thing, and to make sure that, when people hire us, it's to make sure that there's no surprises. So if they do find a surprise later on, we want to make sure we do it right. So follow me along. I'll be working on this window here for the next little bit. Alright, so I've got the window pulled off here. I cleaned up the trim, I cleaned up the window. The deterioration's not that bad, but all the trims around it needs to be replaced. So this time I want to do it right. I want to put a flashing right on top there. So I'm going to go to Home Depot. I've got all my measurements right now. I'm going to go get some material and I'll be back in no time, and we'll throw that window right back in there. So as you can see, I do have the window back on. I was able to install a nice flashing right on top here. So whenever that rainwater comes on this wall, it'll be skipping this edge, go straight down. It won't be deteriorating this wood here. So I ended up replacing all pieces around this window. Some of them were a little tiny bit deteriorated, but since I'm pulling that window off, might as well do it now. So all I need to do here is just finish up the caulking on this beauty and the little paint job around it. That will be it. Then we'll go inside and fix the drywall. See you in a bit. Right, so I just finished with the caulking. I added it on the edge here, also against the window, all the way around. So right now, this window, even, because we have no overhangs here, it will be fully protected. It's got the flashing on it. That's the only window on the entire home that has a flashing, but that was the only one that was having issues anyway. So right now, we're gonna wait for this caulking to dry. And then we're gonna give a little coat of paint on this. We'll try to match whatever's on the stucco. And then for now, I'm gonna go inside and start prepping this drywall. All right, so this is how it looks in the inside. This is the amount of deterioration that we had in the corner here. All the top was all deteriorated, and this side as well. So we'll be sanding this. I'm gonna get another layer of 5/8 drywall here with corner J beads. Top and the other side here, and then we're gonna pop these corner beads, pop, throw some new corner beads, put that all in place, reload all this up, sand it, make it look pretty, paint ready, and then it's pretty much mission accomplished. So here's the next step: drywall. Hey, I'm back here today to do the inside of this window. I've already pulled the metal corner beads. They were a little tough to get rid of. I've pre-cut my drywall, put little J bead in the end so that it looks nice and tight on the window frame. I'm going to install these pieces, the two sides, the top, then I'm going to start mudding. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, so I just finished installing my drywall. I got these three sides up, added this nice little J bead right there so it looks super fantastic against the window. And now, because it's been butchered quite a bit when I pulled that corner bead out, I'm gonna have to pre-fill this up, and then when it's a little drier, I'm gonna throw my corner bead, little piece of tape. I'll tape these corners here and all that, and then we'll just wait a little bit, reapply some more, do a little bit of sanding, a little finishing touch, and then it's gonna be paint ready. See you in a bit. So I've prepped the window, I've pre-filled the mud all around the window, I've got all my corner beads pre-cut, my tape for the corners. All I need to do here is to throw some mud on this, set everything up, and then wait for it to dry. So I'm gonna set this up right now. All right, so I got all my corner beads up. I got a couple screws here because the corner bead wanted to fall off. I've got them all installed. They're pretty much ready to be loaded. But what we need to do here is we need to let this dry. So I'm gonna let this dry for at least 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna throw a fan on it. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna load it up. All right, so I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so yesterday I loaded up the window. I put quite a bit of heavy mud on this thing. I'm gonna be sanding all this right now. And then I'm gonna do the skim coat. We'll let that dry. I'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully a little sand finish there. Might have to apply a little bit here and there just to make it perfect. But this is the plan today. Hey, so I just finished putting the skim coat on. We're gonna let this dry. I'm gonna come back possibly later today because it's really thin. It's gonna dry really quickly. I can see I'm definitely not the best paper out there. So once I have it sanded, I'm gonna have to apply another coat on that and resand that later on. And then I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so I'm here to do a final sand on this one here, and hopefully it's gonna be paint ready by the time I'm done here. All right, so I'm done with the sanding here. I'm pretty happy with the way this looks, nice and sharp and smooth. I did have a couple spots that needed a little bit of extra mud, so a couple screws there that are showing a little tiny bit. So I added a little bit of mud. I need a little quick sand job tomorrow when this is dry, and that should be pretty much a finished project. So yeah, I think the owner will be happy, and I'm happy. Hey, this is David of Inspect Canada. I'm here with Ryan today. Ryan hired us to do this home inspection here in April. And then when they moved in, started doing some renovation, they pulled the blinds out of this window and they realized that there's mold behind there. And then when he came around the corner, you could see that the framing, if you pushed on it, it was all deteriorated. So they gave us a call. They said, hey, what's going on with this? So first thing I did is I wanted to come and check it out right away. And looking at it, I mean, I could see that I totally messed up. You know, this is an older home. We got new windows. They installed them with no flashing. I should have been more careful. And instead of looking for reasons, oh, there's this, there's that, I didn't see it, blah, 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 I wanted to make sure that I take responsibility because they hire us. They didn't want to have any surprises yet. They did get some surprises. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, we get it done for you.
Absolutely. And I'm really impressed with David's thoroughness and his timely response to the issue that we had. Without a question, I would recommend you and your team.
Jeez, well, we really appreciate it. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. You've been a pleasure to work with.
Thank you.